Alright, everything looks good. It's a fine Sunday. Happy Easter to those of you who celebrate Easter, and a happy day to those of you who don't. And we are, instead of me playing, at least for now, just gonna cast a few games, people that are much better than me, so higher skilled games, but you won't get to watch me struggle, which sometimes is almost as fun as watching high skilled players. It seems to me anyway, because people like watching me struggle. So we've got more champion here as Oranos and Dragon Master 32 as Ra. I'm not really sure who Dragon Master 32 is. I don't know if he has revealed himself in any games yet, but our Dragon Master is up here in the top. He's our player red, and Ra for red, and a more champion is down on the bottom as our Oranos in the blue. This isn't tournament games, this is just for fun. Though, of course, ego is always on the line. Well, we got more going up here on the top left, and Dragon Master on the bottom right. Each will die. Oh, this tree line. Oh man, this tree line is causing a slight delay in Moore's citizen. Could use the extra exercise, I guess. And that'll slow it down just a little bit, I suppose. You know, not the end of the world, but every little bit does count. But you can then hop right to these trees, get a couple of boats, and oh, nice 3 fish here. There'll be the other 3. I think his next 3 will be down here. Each player should get 9 fish on each side. So if math is your friend, that means 18 per side for a total of 36. See that? See that? It's all up there. Now, Ara versus Oranos on this map. Seeing 2 gold mines in the base. It's pretty standard. I feel like really the Ra should win here. It's not like the end of the world as far as an Oranos, but it's a lot more work than maybe an open land map where you could easily, you know, maybe gold starve or attack the starting gold mine, because it's going to be really hard to get at any gold mine. I mean, this forest here is actually really good for Dragon Master. I don't even know if, maybe you could get a Terma here to shoot, but I mean, then you got this one too, which is also pretty nice. The town centers are both forward, which, well, kind of forward, a little bit to the side here. Okay, I was gonna say that Moore was eating goats earlier and he should go to his boar, which he did. Yeah, cliff dependent. Yeah, though I would say the current Anatolia maps, there's not as many cliffs as there are on the original. The original Anatolia, which is hard for some people to remember because they never played on that version, you could have cliffs that could utterly demolish any sort of plan you could have. I mean, you could have a cliff all the way from here to like there, and like, how would you ever get to the middle? Now it's not nearly as bad, though. We've got a tree line instead. But I mean, as far as strategy, really the raw player probably wouldn't do any sort of boat fighting. And just go like a semi-quick heroic, maybe grab an early second town center. You almost could do just a fast mythic, like a 2 town center fast mythic, and I think that would be pretty tough for the Oranos to compete against. Call me a huge nerd? It might be true. I mean, look at me. I'm casting Asian mythology. How would that not make me a nerd? So yeah, and I don't know. More, the other dilemma you get here as Oranos is, do you send another Villi to the bottom, which is a good walk to get on bottom fish? I think you should, and it looks like more is, because you really can't just give up one side of the sea. And really, I think also in order to compete, the Oranos would need to win one side. and not lose the other. Like if the Oranos can have 27 fish to 9, then you're pretty decent shape, I think. I mean, you're still playing raw Egypt on Anatolia, which is still tough. But yeah, Moore would have to win this side of the water, I think. Down here will be hard because of all the docks. Moore's actually advancing a little bit slower than normal. Yeah, I don't think we know exactly who Dragon Master 32 is. So Moore went for a 440 advance, which is a little bit slow. You're usually right around 430. And okay, so he used the Oracle Valor here to get the Citizen heroized, which is good. Moore is, though, pushing on the bottom, which there are already 3 docks. He's going to have a hard time pushing through here. And do we see him? What is he doing? He has no gold. He only has 1? No, he's got 2. So no military barracks yet or anything like that. Looks like he is going boats on bottom and boats on top. And ooh, this Philly's so close, but he didn't see it because the oracles, when they're moving, have almost no line of sight. So could have killed this Villy, but did not see it, and really getting almost no value out of the oracles. So he did the early Valor, so he has an early Citizen, which does gather faster. But your oracles, having them as your heroes, to some extent, is almost a waste because they don't really scale at all. I mean, you'd rather have Murmillo heroes. But no fighting on water. Moore's got a lot of boats here. He's just queuing them up for a surprise onslaught. This is a really good move. Moore told me to only say good things about him. So yeah, this is really good to queue them up like that and do nothing with them. Give them a rest before they fight. That was Moore's requirement. I maybe shouldn't even say that, but he said I can stream if I just say good things about him. So actually, no, this is, see, Dragon Master thinks there's only like 1 boat here. So yeah, Moore is hiding his boats on the bottom. He is going to lure these boats in. And then now he can outflank them. So yeah, now go up. Kill them all. He's just really waiting. Okay. And our red player probably be going, yeah, he's getting aged up. What do we have? Tex? Yeah, he does have per sign. This is not a place that Moore really wants to fight. Moore could, see, if he had all of his Prometheans down here, he could potentially push off of this, but I don't think he made any. Yeah, now he's making Murmillo instead, and now he's used Valor on his Murmillo. It is fighting here. Really, there's no point in fighting on this side for Moore. You can't really afford to fight both sides of the water, because by the time you win, you'd give up complete map control. So now he just needs to send these units. I think if I were him, I would go down to the docks. But it looks like instead he's going to go to Dragon Master's base, and instead just kind of wander through with his boats. Sail up here, sail back. Now he needs to go back because the fish are out again. And, oh, Dragon Master might not... I think this will get garrisoned, yeah. Oh, he pops right out, though. Okay, alright. No damage done here. Now, he's killing a tower, which, I don't know. I mean, I think he gets so much more value coming down on the docks as he does. I mean, you're just killing a random tower that really doesn't protect anything anyway, so what's really, the point of it? He also doesn't have fish on this side. Like, could be making fish here. I mean, you got 6 spots right real close to your town center, and doesn't even have a fish on this one. Doesn't even have per sign, and I know Dragon Master has had per sign for a while. Does kill this temple. Forces out a barracks. Yeah, he could, definitely. Almost would like to maybe even get another dock here. 8 ships versus 7. But yeah, like, so far, Moore really, I mean, he has a land army, but it's just so hard to get value out of it when you're playing against an Egyptian early because of all the free towers and all that crap. And we do have 73% Hathor. Like, this military, I mean, great. You killed a tower and a temple. I guess the temple requires a rebuild, so... But, I don't know. It's just so hard to find value. I probably would attack the docks, but... see, now Dragon Master is probably going to win this bottom. There's only one dock down here. Yeah, you gotta keep army advantage, but there's really no point, and to some extent early on, because of the double gold mine. So, it's per se, man, we get a fish biologist in the chat. Like, there's a second gold mine here, so he's got 3,000 more gold. So, getting the early map control isn't exactly important in that regard, because you're not going to get a gold block. The only real value you would get out of it is if you go up 4 to 2 town centers, as Moore is sending in Terma up here to just scout out the base. Losing a Terma, no big deal. Again, all positive about Moore. And a lot of boats here. I mean, you should just fight this. But there's no point in stopping from the further gold mines, though. Because, of all, I mean, he still has 3,000 in the base. Which, I don't even know if he even has enough army now to even stop this anyway. Now that we're even talking. Like, his goal was to stop the town center. And that is not succeeding. Because, economically, just doesn't have a whole lot going for him right now. They gotta get on the... Yeah, I was gonna say, you might force out a shift. But he needs to attack the Pharaoh. And we do have another Valor. Okay, the army... Well, here's the problem, is that Dragon Master shifted half of his army, or actually all of his army away. So that shift actually almost hurt him more than it hurt Moore. Because he shifted his entire army away, so he had nothing to defend. And, oh, doesn't quite get the rock down, but is losing his hero Terma as a result. I guess the one lives with just a sliver of hit points. And we do have Dragon Master has won the bottom, and will probably win the top. Is Red Joe or Magic? I'm thinking neither. Yeah, the only way that I see that the Atlantean could win a Ra here is to go up 4 to 2 town centers and just never manage to give up a town center. But because he's lost one whole side of water and is probably going to lose the other, Moore will have a very hard time holding 4 to 2 town centers, even if he gets the forward town center, which he's not even aging yet. Is Moore. And look at all this. We're going to have Dragon Master aging up to Mythic pretty soon with just 300 gold left. Does he have a market? Okay, he does. Probably as soon as this town center goes up, he'll go up Mythic. Walling. The wall is cute, but it won't stop a catapult. And now do we have Mythic? Do we have Mythic? Do we have Mythic? We don't. Has plenty of resources to age up Mythic, and he's not. No Mythic. But has now pushed through on both sides of the water, and yeah, it's gonna be so hard to hold having lost both sides of the water, because even though theoretically he could maybe do a gold block, the rock can just trade and empower it with all of his fish and be fine. And I think Moore is aging now. Oh, we have a pause. Maybe Moore's checking to see if I'm saying good things about him. So yeah, Moore has played this perfectly at this point. So Moore should continue to play perfectly, and he will win this game. Eco upgrade, so we have a pause, just the first line. And Red has what he needs. Does he have Salt Amphora? He does. Did I say that right? That overlay only exists in the extended edition. And ooh, H4 Horus and fortified town centers. He's up Hyperion. It'll get 4 Migdol units, maybe. Ah, there's a few random barracks units mixed in. Okay, got the Petsuchos, and I think he did get. He won the ladder. No, there's 1 Spearman mixed in. So the Petsuchos, that's good. So I buy more time to get this town center, but we've got Osiris coming up in about 15 seconds. Or just doesn't have an eco. I don't think he can hold this. The Chiro Ballista probably at this point are not exactly useful either. And here comes Osiris. Rock coming through. Yeah, 2 TC is definitely enough to win this. Especially when these citizens are fat and stuck. More didn't need no citizens, no big deal. And see, Dragon Master has probably been selling a little bit of food too, though he's actually... yeah, a little bit of fishing there. 1 fishing ship. Oh, how long before... I can't see how long it'll be before the next Chaos is up, but as soon as Ra gets that town center is up, is even town center, it's going to be hard for more to hold at that point. I mean, it's already hard to hold 2 town center, well, 3. Yeah, the only way I think that you can win this is if you're able to go up 4-2, but that also requires winning one side of the water, in my humble opinion, which he didn't win water, so I just don't see how you can hold 4-2, which he couldn't even get 4-2. He is going up Hecate, which against Ra really normally isn't the greatest. Really almost like Vortex better. Like, as a Ra player, Hecate normally doesn't bother me, but Vortex can do some damage at times. Like, where do you use Tartarian Gate? I mean, do you do it here just to get that 1 Migdol? Do you do it? You probably have to do it here, so with the hopes that it makes Dragon Master move his Son of Osiris back, and then maybe, just maybe, you can push through. But he doesn't even have fortified town center, does more, so he's behind Pop, and now he's getting fortified, but how close is he to getting it done? Okay, it's almost done. So that is up. He's going around. Is Red Chemo or Joe? I don't think he's either. Not Chemo, because they were in the room together, unless Chemo is really getting crazy and is... but this is a long walk around the side to try to flank the catapult, which isn't really going to be very surprising. And this will probably be the one last fight that just really screws over more here. And Tartarian Gate there, and man, you could just see how fast these Atlantean units just disappear. I think that's our first shockwave of the game. Son of Osiris still sitting at 542 hit points. And now you have the siege on the Tartarian Gate and the Villies, and did not manage to hit the Son of Osiris at all. You got 2 towers here to push forward, and I think this is going to be about GG pretty quickly. Don't get the Lampades on the mummy. Do it. Do it. Oh, the mummy was pulled away just in time. The Lampades special attack is faster than the mummy, so if they're going head to head as far as specials, the Lampades gets his off faster. But we did not get to see that at all. Yeah, Moore's army, I mean, the Chiro Ballista might as well be not even exist at this point. As late as it was. What he used, oh, he got the rock in with that chaos. Oh, get the mummy, and yeah, that's it. Mummy has longer reach. Does it? am I able to see in here? Range 7. The mummy's range is 12. Yes, so the mummy's range is longer. But the Lampedes will still work as long as it's able to run in and use it, because the mummy's doesn't actually come into play until the very end of the animation, which is very long. Hello, Darth Revan. Yes, and people still do play this game. Is Mista coming back? I mean, maybe eventually, but Moore might as well probably resign at this point. And yes, complaining about the Vils. The Skin of the Rhino is a very good technology. Now we have a random locust, just to kill one citizen. And Moore's kill death ratio is probably not very good, yeah. Nothing just quite went the way Moore wanted it to. He wasn't able to win anything on water, he wasn't able to go up 4-2 town centers. And it's so hard. I mean, in this situation, as a Ra, see, Billy's fighting destroyers. As a Ra here on this map, it's really hard to make mistakes. Just because what in the world could you potentially do that even makes your mistake? I mean, all you have to do is sit in your base and defend water and then win water, which is pretty easy because you're playing an Atlantean, and then just come mythic, just break out of your base because you got 6 grand gold that gets you mythic in your army. So as an Oranos here, you really would have to outplay the Ra, and did not quite see that. Fortunately for Moore, maybe his monitor was turning off for half the game, and that is the reason why he did not win. Or he's not playing with a mouse today. Could be it. And we've got a little bit of lag. I don't know if it's me, him, or what. It's Sunday Easter shirt on for you guys. I am lagging. Man, interesting. But Moore is very resistant to resigning here. Very interesting. We could move on to like another fun game or something. The Mummy special on the Citizen here. Or picking off. Yeah, this is a tough matchup against any Egyptian. Really is. A few late game fire ships here. Trying to do things, but there's nothing to do. Never quite got his 3rd wood upgrade. But that's okay. Doesn't really matter. 0 wood in the bank for red, but again, doesn't matter. Okay, this gold mine depleted. Just run over to this one. 4-2 town centers. This game kind of dwindling, getting to its last few moments here. X-Men not quite getting rid of that citizen. A few new follows. Good to see a few new followers joining the stream today. Welcome. Usually I play. Occasionally I cast live games, which is very rare. So this is a rare event. Try to mix it up. Been playing the last few days, and I think maybe people can only watch so much of that before they get frustrated on my behalf. Oh man, look at this Son of Osiris. Moving and shaking here. Who is Dragon Master? 32. Okay. Shockwave just saved the town center, but doesn't even kill a single one. Oh man, these 3 Gontarius just got fried all at the same shot. That was awesome. Oh, it's Mista. Ooh. Boy, this Moore, I guess he wants this to be a one recorded game stream here. Maybe the citizens could get on the Osiris here. I mean, Moore, as I said at the beginning, Moore wanted me to cast in such a way that I never said anything bad about him. He sure does think he can stick it to the very end of the game. So we'll give him that. He's not a quitter. And that's about all I can come up with. And we can kind of look at the eco and see, I mean, Dragon Master is up in eco by the 8-minute mark. Oh, that's not where you want to be as the Oranos. Kind of why we are at the stage that we are at this point. Is red Mista? No, red is not Mista. Now the ultimate humiliation is losing based on town center grabs, because actually if you grab all of the town centers, that does start a timer. I think it's 2 minutes maybe, which is very useful in situations like this, which it seems like that's where we're going here. So what kind of trade route? 60? Yeah, 60 trade route on Anatolia. Does have the upgrade. And what's funny is it counts the last settlement before it's even done, which is kind of weird. So, because yeah, now there's this timer where within 1:30 the game is over, and for some reason it counts this one even though it's not finished yet, but only I think works for the last one maybe. I don't know. So yeah, he's got all 6 right here. And that's gonna be game in about a minute. Not really. Oh wait, these chariots though really really wanted to kill the armory there, and so a few of them died. And wonder. Probably Norse and Hell or Hells. This isn't Norse. Norse wouldn't be winning this. Yeah, they can't even work on Darius, just trying to get the Son of Osiris, and that's not working. There it is. GG. More champion. GG, well played. Oh, that's mockery right there. That is mockery. It just nothing went well. I feel like the Ra here did play very well, but again, it's Anatolia, Ravi, Oranos. It's in the Ra's favor, and you would have to be outplayed in this situation to lose. So Moore wants to go a re, so we can do that. We'll do a re. We will put on our. Oh, you know what? We'll do a little scorecard here just to make it real official. So let's see. Game 1 was Moore versus Dragon Master on Anatolia, with Dragon winning. So hold on, we are getting a pause here. Eric, later I take your points, and now I will fight the dragon. Okay. So Eric is saying it's magic. So Dragon Master is sitting at 11-3 record. I don't think it's magic. I don't think so. I don't think it is. Could you have mod? Aren't you the guy that I keep having to throw out of my chat, man? Just because you switched to a different Twitch account doesn't mean I'm going to give you mod. Oh, man, you guys. Alrighty. They are launching. So, what shall we see in what is, I guess, a game 2? Though, again, all it is for game 2 for Ego. I will hit observe, I'll get my chat, and we will move on to our next game. Might be Crom Smash. Ooh. Yeah. Oranos v Ra again. Let's see which map we get. In the Oranos v Ra matchup, it is very map dependent. Because there are, if Moore can get open land maps where he can punish first gold or second gold, I think that Oranos has the advantage in those maps. But then there's other maps where the Ra, like on Anatolia, I would say Ra has quite the advantage. Um, so yeah, it's very map oriented. 5:30 a.m. watching Saturday morning cartoons. It's Anatolia again. Oh, jeez. So we have Anatolia again. The players have switched sides, so maybe we will see a different result. Maybe it's top wins. That's what it is. Speaking of Saturday morning cartoons, me and Cam watched some DuckTales yesterday. Got ourselves some Disney Plus, because what else is there to do these days? So, Dragon Master asking if Moore wants to save. Moore says no. Moore, maybe he thinks that the great sleuth that he has figured out the mystery and knows how to defeat Ra on this map, because he could probably play opposite and do better. So yeah, maybe that's what he'll do. So Pharaoh getting a couple goats here. Moore is saying that if Dragon Master wants another map, he can resign. Who is Dragon Master? That is the question that is going in the chat. A few different ideas. It's not Chemo. Some people are suggesting... What are we gonna say? Oh man, the games that get played sometimes. Oh jeez. Sometimes it's nice just to play 1650, 1700 random games where there's not that much ego. But so now Dragon Master won't save because Moore refused earlier. So you know what that should do though? When the going gets tough, the tough should get going. So now is Moore's chance to prove to us what kind of a man he is. And can he win this time? Yeah, it should make him furious. I mean, after the embarrassment from last game, it should turn it around here and just absolutely decimate. So, as we talked about last game, you do have to win one side of the water. I feel, in order to have a chance against the Ra, you have to win one side of water and get up Fortitude town centers. Which is, of course, easier said than done. Nice shirt. Is it possibly? It is. Oh, he's gonna wall in the Oracle and then, well, failing. Just attack the. What do we got here? Okay, the Vil kind of phased out of this here, so looks like a psych ward patient. Yes. But, you know, I was wearing it earlier for the Easter pictures. And just too lazy to take it off. Besides, if you don't like the shirt, the wife picked it out, so I dare you to tell her that. So he's not even gonna kill the Oracle. He's just gonna try to lock it in. I like it. So what I feel like Moore should do, since what he did last game didn't work, is Promethean and... Okay, well, he's gonna kill Promethean and Murmillo and Boat and win one side of the water, and then just use that army then to try to get map control and take the fourth, which this is actually in a decent spot as far as distance, but the question is, Is there this tree line that goes through? I don't think so. Maybe. It's hard to say. No, it's not. These aren't connected because these are different trees. These are two different tree lines because you can tell the texture is different. So this is one tree group and then this is another one. So there is an opening there. So Moore is advancing. He's doing the same build. What's the question? I didn't answer. No, you can't have mod. I already said that. Why'd I give you mod? 2 Theros plus 5% archer attack, and there's another relic somewhere, but I don't know where. Military barracks. So we have a very forward citizen here for some reason, and is building a military barracks. So the military should come to one side of the water. In fact, if more were to push with some early boats here, he could stop this dock. But he's going on the bottom, so no boats on the top. And is going barracks, counter barracks. I don't... You can get value with Murmillo here. But I'm not so sure you can get much out of the Terma. The only, I mean, it looks like he's maybe trying to do a gold block. Strongest relic. Probably the trade relic. But yeah, this is what makes Egyptian so good, is that on this map is that you have 2 gold mines. And sure, you could press one, but how in the world are you going to get to the other one? And if you do sell, you have sell resources, as Mythic is saying in chat. Like, it's the first thing, like, he's the only person that's ever thought of it. You can make Mythic just selling your way to there. We do have a little bit of boat pressure here and a little bit here, but yeah, this is what Moore's decision this time is, to try to pressure the base, but it's just so low chance that this would work. I think what you have to do is just go Murmillo Promethean Byreme and take one side of the water, and then transition to map control with your army. We'll get this Wadget, which it's all fun and games and everything. But, like, so far all of this, I mean, look at how much hit points he's lost so far. And he's gonna sit down here. Could get on the Pharaoh. Man, if you can kill the Pharaoh, that is a lot. Where's the Shockwave? Shockwave this. Shockwave. He's busy typing. So Moore is stopping the gold for now, but lost so much of his army he can't stay there. And he's lost water on the bottom, he's lost water on the top, and yeah, Woodstar, you could almost come here, but yeah. The strategy Moore used the first game wasn't the way to win, and the strategy used this game, I don't feel like, was even less of the way to win. Which, like I said, when the going gets tough, they'll show you what you're made out of, and well, no, we didn't, not yet. I think we'll be doing that later. We did have an Easter egg hunt outside. So, as I said on another stream, actually yesterday's, is the one nice thing about kids is that they're really not very smart. So Cam is out there finding Easter eggs that got chocolate in them. And he's all excited because now he has all this candy. But now when he's napping, a lot of this candy that he's found will just kind of disappear. To the point where you'll get like one piece of candy the next 3 days and then not again. And so yes, we give him all this candy, he gets all excited because he's found all this candy and all the Easter eggs, and then we take it away. And he never like realizes that, hey, I had 3 pieces of candy that I ate. Where are the other 20? And let's never quite think about it. So it's great. Kids are great. I like it. And okay, we got a little raid on a thing here. Yeah, it's the same thing when we go to parades. So we go to parades, you know, they toss all this candy out. He gets a whole bucket load of candy. He gets a few pieces, and then the same technique is used, and he eats like 3 or 4 pieces of his parade bucket, and the rest just disappears. And do we eat the candy? Yes, we do. Some of it, not all of it, because I don't know. I'm not a huge candy. Chocolate, I can do. Do you think anybody has potential for 1750? Even I can get 1750 these days. Well, maybe not. I need to wait for people to get up on the ladder. This is a lot of villies to cram on one gold mine. Is aging up Hathor, 90%. See, there's so many villies here they can't even all get on it. Like, you kind of have like a limit for some reason of the number of vills that can get on a gold mine, and then they just kind of start like going idle, which is kind of weird. And he's gonna build this Migdol here. We got this random army coming in from the back. He could kill the Pharaoh, but instead they'll just kind of wander on through and really value the Petsuchos, which should just go in the rock and then not die at all. I'm supposed to say nice things about more, but there's nothing. He's giving me nothing. There's nothing I can work with. And as soon as Migdol units come out, the Kira Ballista kind of get rendered obsolete. I mean, they do well against all these Axemen, but yeah. The Axemen will disappear, but really you just kind of transition to your the one citizen Locust. Who is this Dragon Master? Man, oh man, look at these villies. This is my favorite usage of villies, is on the Kira Ballista. Used to be something I've seen a lot more when it was very popular to play Kronos. He's locusting his own vills. His own vills just died to his own locust. Oh man, and the citizen dies up here. But yeah, long ago it was a very common matchup, was, at least for me, since I played Ra. I mean, when you say long ago, I'm talking like 2004, 2005 was Kronos v Ra, and there was a lot of villagers versus Kira Ballista back in those days, which you still see it a little bit. They do get it. Kira Ballista count as siege, and that's GG, which, yeah. GG. Will I nerf Odin next patch? I don't know. The one thing about the patches primarily is that they are based around 1v1, because that's where most of the... I mean, that's where the tournaments are played. So, I understand Norse / Odin Loki are good in team games. The problem is, in 1v1, I mean, they can be decent in some situations, but let's just say if we go back in the annals of time from 2004 to 2020, you could probably count the number of tournament wins from a Norse on one finger, because I don't even know if there's ever been one. So, in that regard, it's hard to say let's nerf Norse Odin when even yet today they still aren't winning the 1v1 tournaments. And yeah, they do well in team games, but team games, I mean they're better in team games because that plays right into Norse strength, which is kind of room to do things in chaos, which most of your team games are chaos, because most of it is just random 3v3s where nobody really knows what the other person is doing. So why are they not pulling to wait in 1v1? That's what I'm kind of going over right now. Oh, so Dragon Master is left. There's really no point in me playing more. I would show you how a Ra could beat or how an Oranos could beat Era. But yeah, Norse, their value is on fighting multiple fronts. The mobility is what Norse kind of excel at. The mobility and being able to attack multiple fronts. It's difficult to do that in 1v1s because the map is so small. And there's so many fewer places to actually attack. I mean, you can attack gold mine, town center, and that's kind of about it in 1v1s. In team game, you got so many more gold mines, town centers you can focus at. So it's so much. They're so much better. And now we're gonna have more versus Eric. So yeah, Norse thrive on chaos. 1v1s generally aren't very chaotic, and as soon as the Norse opponent can kind of wall up and force a one front fight, the Norse value kind of, you don't get much out of that. I mean, your only chance would be like a big rag just to kind of power through whatever situation the Norse are in. And the other thing is Norse kind of have, especially in 1v1, they're kind of easily exploited. Like Norse versus Greek kind of have a really hard time getting to that second gold mine. Just because of, you got your Zeus restoration push. You've got your, I mean, Hades can even do that restoration push too. Poseidon, maybe not quite as good of a Greek against Norse, but I mean, Egyptians of course can really punish as well with all the god powers and all that nonsense, and then the ability to just wall up and defend. And Atlanteans can also do that second gold mine push, though Odin does play well into Atlanteans. Alrighty, so we are going to go into, I think it's going to be more versus Eric now. So Oranos v Zeus. Norse do have a good economy, but it takes time to get to that point. And again, when you are getting forced off of your second gold mine, it doesn't really matter how good your eco is because you can't mine anymore. If Frost does, you got to be able to get there though. You got to be able to get to heroic with your Frost in a decent spot. Oranos v Zeus on Oasis. Okay, do I have? Okay, I do. Alright. Oranos v Zeus on Oasis. So we've got Eric. We have a new challenger has appeared to fight a more champion. And we do have a 5 zebra start, which is towards the higher end for Oasis. We do have some leg as well, but that's okay. What is the best god versus Odin? I feel like Set can really take advantage of Odin. And I also think Zeus does well. Which of the two would be better, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why Moore is... Okay, now he's building an eco guild. I don't know why it took him so long to find out the zebra were here, considering they were in line of sight. Oranos v Odin? I don't think... No, I think Odin plays pretty decently into Orano. I think you're trying to just open me up. But I think Zeus and Set are very good, because Odin needs Hunt to be competitive, and Set can push Odin off of Hunt at 430 on some maps. Now the key is on looking at this matchup. Okay, we're looking at the second hunt spawn. We got 2 giraffe here. There's maybe more, I'm not really sure. These guys, I'm not even sure what they're talking about. The Greek here, Eric probably goes up with, it's not probably, he definitely goes up with Hermes here. Centaurs get so much value. Just have to be careful with them, and that's really the difference in mid-level and high-level Zeus play. Especially Zeus like versus Oranos is taking care of your centaurs. The good players will just run circles around the Oranos with their centaurs, and the average players will generally lose too many centaurs, which is why they're average and not good. So I think at the top level, I mean, it depends. It's very micro oriented, these Zeus into Oranos. And I feel like properly managed, the Zeus with really good centaur micro should be able to win most. And we do have a 3 giraffe here. But it does take a lot of work. To avoid all the hero merms and to run all that nonsense. But we'll see. That's generally what these matchups come down to here. Yes, it is considered cheating. Yes, it is. We got this oracle down here on this hunt that has been scouted. Very important to see. I keep saying very important. Compare goat counts, because Oasis doesn't have a lot of hunt. Just 2 hunt spat packs. And then to see, we got 8 to 4 currently. And there's going to be more than 12 goats. Oh, we got 10 to 4. Ooh, he's got these goats too. Eric has not done very well scouting. Chaos. See the gold starving? I didn't say anything about Greek gold starving Atlantean, so I don't know why you're apologizing to me. Yeah, Eric has very bad scouting. It's hard to kind of see where his scout is gone now at this point, but he has managed to miss most of the goats. I mean, to only end up with 4. I mean, you got berries or chickens, or you got your secondary berries, but generally the secondary berries are too far forward in a Greek versus Oranos matchup to really be worth it. The Oranos could probably do it because of the manner. How do you think it's possible to get people to migrate? To make EE not buggy would be possible, but at this point I don't know if it's going to happen. I mean, it is less buggy, but there's also a lot of performance issues. I mean, the popular EE versus Voobly argument, which can go in circles forever, but for some reason, performance issues. It's really tough. And we got military. Did he go up with Athena? Did I miss this? No, he didn't. No, I don't fear for my life. It's actually not as many. They would rather just not get caught, or when it comes to the fight or flight, it's almost always flight. 99 out of 100 times. So then it just becomes a chase, and if they get away, no big deal. I don't like the barracks here, or military academy technically here, because he doesn't have much food. He's only got 4 goats. He's not going to be able to support 2 military academies and 1 town center, which right now is town center's idle anyway. So I mean, the centaurs will do damage, but I don't know. I don't think it's gonna work. Because Bolt the Villager, you can't, on the patch, you can't bolt Villies anymore. And More does have to watch out for these units not to get them surrounded. Okay, I mean, with the quicker speed, they'll get out. Just a little bit of hit points out. He did wall this off. This is very good, actually. I didn't touch on this, but I did like the more military building placements here, where he has completely walled this entire side of the map off because he wanted to get all of his giraffe. So that's very good. And he's trying to get us around on... Oh, he's going to get to Centaur. Ooh, that's bad pathing for Eric there. And then more will just slide through. So to trade, I mean, he lost one unit for a Centaur. That's definitely worth. Now he should just hide behind this wall here. Really no point in fight. Odysseus is so strong. Just back up a little bit, and now he can fight. He's got the army advantage here. So now Eric is kind of going all in on this wall for really no reason. Ooh, the shockwave. Okay, but he didn't. In the shockwave, if you want to kill the units, you have to retask. So his units kept chasing like one that didn't get shockwave. So he killed one hoplite, but really didn't get a lot of value out of that shockwave. He killed a hoplite. The big bonus about life, right? If you get caught, you're not paying rent. Well, then you're living rent free, so what does it matter? Oh, that's what you're saying. Whoosh, right over my head. If you stream snipe, is it considered cheat? I mean, what are you basing that opinion on? I mean, of course it's cheating. Are you asking if you're going to get banned? Probably not, because it's not a rule on Voobly. But just because something may or may not be a rule on Voobly doesn't mean it's cheating or not. I mean, really. Oh, versus chemo? Oh yeah, anything goes. You're fine. Ooh. More looks like he's maybe going up pretty quick. Or maybe not. He built an armory, but I guess he doesn't quite have the resources. I'd like to see him get husbandry, actually. And now Eric is almost out of food. He did actually go to the berries, so he was able to stay forward with his army. Oh, run, more run! Oh, you lost a hero and another Terma. Just a little bit careless here. Well, people hate the best, you know. I mean, magic is better than chemo, but magic isn't necessarily active now. But yeah, he does listen to trash music though, but to each his own. More really shouldn't fight this here either. Okay, a bolt was used on a hero Murmillo. Really at this point, though maybe Moore doesn't know it, but he is set up far better long term than Eric is. So this is kind of a rare point where I think that the Oranos wins by playing defensive here. Who is better? Well, Chemo is. I mean, he won in the tournament, so how can you say otherwise? You know? But yeah, Moore should just stay back. Yeah, he's aging up. So he's going to age up and stay back. We've got all these hoplites here, which at this point now, they're not going to get a lot of value. The only thing that he could get, I don't know why he built the farm out here. Really, the only spot that Eric could get sudden value out of his hoplites is if he comes up here, which I don't know if he even knows this is happening. But it looks like he's going to try to go... you got the Kiro Ballista hiding here. Yeah, Moore's playing this very defensively. But he's aging up. And he'll use a Chaos, which will get 4 units and a Centaur. And then you could almost double that up with a Chaos Shockwave, and then really win one fight. Take a forward town center. He doesn't have the eco though. Like, see, because there's so little food on the map, and he's transitioned and he's used hoplites, he already has to be making. He has to be doing farms, and now we've used Chaos, which will get a Centaur and 4 units. I'd kind of like to wait to use Chaos until you're actually like fighting, so that, you know, his units are fighting the Chaos and your units are fighting at the same time. Moore's trying to get up a palace here. This is what decides the game. I feel like whether or not more can hold. Which, oh, the centaurs are in the wrong spot. I got it. Yeah, the Murmillos. Nice Murmillo usage here, actually, by Moore. He's got a ton of and this is where I come to. It's all about the centaur use. And these centaurs just fell to these Murmillos, and now the palace will get up, and Moore will hold this spot. And we have a shockwave. They push those. Nice shockwave, actually. That was a good distancer to get those hoplites away. And now you have a hero, Contarius, which will finish off the rest of these centaurs. And that was a big hold there for Moore, because that is the second gold mine. Oh, you gotta stay in your room, bud. It's only 3. You should be in your room. It's 3:30. Kids. So Eric is blaming Oranos there, but how can you blame Oranos when Hoplite's on Oasis? And he's acting like the Contarius won that fight. They didn't. The Contarius came in at the very end. This is the one, this kind of attitude is, I think, actually what really prevents some people from getting better. Is that every time they lose, or maybe not every time, now we have a ceasefire here, but so many times when bad things happen, it's I lost because bad map, I lost because Contarius, I lost because Ulsark, I lost because my town center. Instead of just, you know, focusing on why did I lose this fight, which, well, because you lost a lot of your centaurs. They all got smoked by 3 hero Murmillo. Your clock says it's not time to be up.
No, my clock says 3:30.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying at it you're bad, but...
My clock says 3:30.
Oh, well, it's not. It's 3. Okay, so you have to go back to your room, okay? So, yeah, it's just a bad unit composition here. I don't think on Oasis, when you're only getting 4 goats, that your hoplites... I just don't think you can do enough with hoplites. Because they just take all your food away from any sort of potential boom or anything. And like we have him grabbing his first town center at 14 minutes, and he did. Yeah, Kevin, or Camden, apparently has altered his clock, because he doesn't get out of his room until 3:30. And well, his clock says 3:30. So... thus, it must be time to get up. Well, it's only 3, so just because you change your clock to go ahead does not mean your room is in like its own time zone. So he has 3 town centers. But how is he going to provide for his town centers, you know? Because how many, he's only got, what, 7, 8, 9, 10 bills on food? I mean, he's going to be stuck in heroic for so long, and Moore should be quite a bit ahead economically. It looks like Moore is coming down with the 4 town center, the 4 villager town center build there. You got the few things going here. Top level Greek players beat top level Oranos. Well, in the last tournament, player got 3-0'd by Skady. Zeus v Oranos all 3, I think. I think that Zeus v Oranos is a pretty even matchup. I think it is actually a lot of skill dependent. I mean, of course, maps really play a big role. Ooh, watch out! Ooh, more. Ooh, yeah, this Cam, he's very defensive. Like, I feel like Moore probably could transition. I mean, he's doing a little raids, but could be a little bit more aggressive with what he's doing right now, because he has the army advantage. Yeah, see, Skady agrees with me. And that's the one bad thing. There's not a whole lot going on, so you can kind of talk game design. So, it's not 50-50 per map, you know, but when you combine the whole thing, I think it's pretty even matchup. But yeah, you're right, it's dependent on maps, and that's where it comes into the fact that Age of Mythology uses a random map set, which kind of throws everything off, because on one map things can be balanced, on the next map they aren't. So what do you do? I mean, how do you balance that other than have the exact same 13 maps that you play on? You can't really do that, because well, what's the point? So that's the one thing that when you talk about balance in Age of Mythology is what makes it so hard, is because every map is so different. So you can make Marsh even, but then now what about Oasis? You know, it's just all different. But I like Amor's unit composition here. I think he's got a winning army at this point. Just maybe should fight in a little bit of a choke though. He's gonna get himself caught here. Well, you could. I think more. I don't know. There's a lot of Toxotes and only 4 Contarius. Moore keeps trying to slide his units. Oh, we got the Shockwave. That'll do some work there. I forgot the Shockwave. So yeah, you could complain about Shockwave. The Oranos like to say it's not very strong. We also had a Chaos there too, I think. Yeah, we had Shockwave and Chaos. Well, that'll turn that fight around. But he's fighting under the tower here, and the Kira Ballista. And Moore, I think in the end though, Eric just had so many more units than Moore did, and then Moore just kind of sat in here and fought forever. Now we've got Hecate coming up. Not so sure about this Tartarian gate here. Oh man, okay, so if Moore wants to throw a game, I guess we're on our way. I think Moore was really valuing getting an instant target. I mean, you could ignore it. Well, it would kill a lot of buildings. I think you just kill it. I mean, what's he gonna lose? A few villies and time, but so that's why Moore was here, is he felt like he needed to get line of sight to use Tartarian Gate. So that's why he stayed here so long. And then in the end, it was bad on all accounts because he lost his army, used 2 god powers, and used Tartarian Gate. Yeah, I don't know. I thought that fight would go better for Moore, but he must have been down on pop because, man, he used Shockwave, Chaos, and it looked good, but then I don't know. His army just kind of fell apart. We got this one last Tartarian spawn whacking the Villi here. Oh, come on, get her! Yeah, get some value. See, Tartarian Gate was definitely worth it. It'll make Eric find out that he's got all these idols. He does have Food System of Bast. I didn't notice that. So Moore still is ahead, just courtesy of the start and that Eric going hoplites kind of slowed down any sort of boom. So Eric is now aging up Apollo 60% up. A lot of Contarius though, and we got a couple towers here to go protect the gold mine. Oh, see, this is the only gold mine here, and then you got one down here. Now we're trying to get at this. I don't know if he thinks that the Contarius get an attack bonus versus. This is not a good fight for Moore here. I know it might look great because he's got Contarius versus archers, but he's got so few units, and Contarius are really expensive. So Moore is now throwing away more units, which is giving Eric time, because that's what Eric needs is time. Would bronze be better? No. The flexibility you get from the underworld is huge. Think of it this way: in some way, underworld essentially doubles your military pop. Kind of. It kind of pseudo doubles. I mean, you basically could fight on 2 fronts, simultaneously, and it allows you to dictate the course of the game, which is also really big. And now we've got upgraded towers. Yeah, Underworld is so high value. Because you can go from being on defense to the offense immediately. Does Aura get Contarius and Tyroi? What? Yes. Well, no, he doesn't actually. Because Moore went up with Hyperion, so he's not going to get that tech. So that, to me, it looks like that's what Moore, or that's what Eric is going for. Oh, he's going up with Lightning. I don't think that's the play here. I think you go up with Hephaestus. Bronzeworth is like, bronze really doesn't counter flaming weapons though. Okay, well now, so I say that Underworld is great, but not when used like this. I mean, what in the world? So, alright, so if we're gonna have a bad Tartarian Gate, we might as well have a bad Underworld just to make it even. So yes, he might as well have gone bronze. Because this does nothing. Does nothing for him. Like, it doesn't even protect anything. I mean, he's getting raided over here. And, oh, man. Yes, bronze is so much better in this situation. Oh, man, dude, they do have crenellations, which is absolutely demolishing these units here. And I think the play here to win is just stay defensive. Go up with the Tyroi. And, or not Tyroi, Hephaestus. And then do an aggressive Underworld. So now we're going to have a panic lightning just to defend. And like again, you get these towers are great, but they don't actually really protect the gold mine. Alright, so we've got lightning storm. Oh, lightning storm just to kill 10 almost dead. Contarius. Look how much of this lightning storm is doing nothing. And no. Yeah. Eric should win this. I mean, after the more kind of throwing away his Tartarian Gate, I think Eric had chances, but just the misuse. I mean, this game kind of exemplifies the misuse of god powers and how much they can affect the game. And I don't think Eric will now be able to hold this. He's getting Titan, Secret of Titans, but I mean, how do players make mistakes like this, though? I mean, it's easy to sit back when you're not playing and be like, oh, that's a mistake, that's a mistake, that's a mistake. But when you play, I mean, you have to think on the fly where you don't have full knowledge, you're also not clicking things. I mean, you are clicking things, so it's easier to make mistakes. So I don't mean to sit here and be like, oh man, these players suck. I mean, this isn't good. But when I play, I make these mistakes and more. So it is what it is. But Eric is trying to get a Titan Gate, but I don't know if he's going to be able to hold it long enough. If he had Hephaestus with the Plenty Vault, maybe. I would like to see him transition to Myrmidons. Because Hoplites really don't get any, they don't get any attack bonus against the Contarius. Am I going to play? No. This is just a sit back and kind of cast day. This kind of was feeling like it. Oh man, we've got 3, 5, we got 8 fire siphons. But because of that, Moore almost has no army. Needs to wall this off. Eric might be able to hold this because there's just a little too much siege. What kind of god powers do we have? Nothing is left. Well, but Eric needs to fight here, though. He needs to fight before. Oh, so Moore's being a little. Moore should really just push through here. But there aren't any fanatics at this point. So make fanatics. Oh, Moore's going to try to switch sides and go up here. But the Villies could come forward. Should really send some Villies forward now. Because the army is all down here. The superpower. Oh, come on. Notice, get on the fire siphons. Oh. Needs to build block a little bit fuller. Oh, wall him off. Alright, army comes back. This actually, okay, so he's switching his old army. He just needed to push on one side. Moore's trying to build a wonder, but I don't know if, with the way he's doing it, he's roasting some baboons here. I don't know. What kind of eco does... Oh, but he has no eco. He has no eco. If he went up Hephaestus, I mean, you can all if and if everything here. But if Moore just attacked right through here, he would probably kill the Titan Gate. Oh, so he's not going to kill the Titan Gate. Now we're going to see, can Eric's Titan get up here in time? There's only 5 citizens on that right now. He could send a 6. Where are all the citizens? Eric's going to have to defend with his army and go forward with the Titan and kill the Titan Gate. That's what he has to do at this point. I don't know if he's going to be able to, because the Titan has to go up right away. Yes, a disrespect wonder, yeah, UW would Hephaestus, I do agree. Alright, so what does Eric do with this Titan? Big Nasty wants to see both players lose. Eric just might be so far behind Eco, though. Because he's going to lose his town center here. Yeah. Eric just has no eco. And he's going to GG that. In the back end, what we did not see was Eric running out of economy so that he could have... He had nothing to fight for there, so... He wasn't going to be able to defend and get the Titan Gate down, so... Again, Eric is blaming his loss in Hyperion, and... I don't know what to say to that. I mean, how can you reason against that? I mean, we can all see from watching this that clearly the game was not decided based on Hyperion or any sort of Oranos OP. And that's the thing, like most games outside like the top level, you know, players can blame it on imbalance or whatever, but generally you can actually look at the real reason, which is just bad choices or bad play. But it was a fun game to watch. It was a adventure in an adventure. It was an adventure. Just a little bit of everything. We'll throw away as many god powers as we can just to entertain. Oh, eco. So much Eric could have done. But Moore gets a win. At least we did not go through this stream without seeing Moore win. So well played by Moore. He's about the best Oranos player you'll watch these days. But anyway, I am going to, I'm going to have to call it a day for now. So it was a little bit of a different stream than normal. But I do hope you guys enjoyed. And what was this? We will say Moore versus Eric, and that was on Oasis. So I do appreciate all of you guys watching the little game casting here today. So yeah, I don't know. Thought I'd just kind of sit back. But yeah, it was a fun game. It was entertaining. But Thea Moore would have lost. Sure, if I leave when you guys say, well, I'm leaving now. So I have a family. No. But just because we could say Moore would lose if he goes Thea doesn't mean that Hyperion is overpowered. It just means in that situation Hyperion is better. So But anyway, we could argue about that for a long time. Um, yes, no tournament games for you today. He wants to play some games. But thanks for watching, everybody. I'm gonna go attend to my family since I am a family man. We'll see if there's a. Oh, you have a tournament game to play. Who do you play today?
Frankie?
Oh, Frankie.
Frankie, the red team.
This kid. Oh. But yeah, I'm gonna turn it off. I'm gonna try to find somebody to send you guys to. Kids. We can do Loki Macro. We'll reward him for beating me yesterday. Loki Macro King. We will send it over to Loki Macro King. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Why can't I raid that channel? It says I can't raid. Raid. Okay, I can't raid him, so whatever. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I will see all of you another time. Been a few days, so hope you guys have a good Sunday and a good start to your week. And that is all for today.